Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome along to another edition of In the Box Seat. My name is Mark Liddymore, and in this edition of The Box Seat, we'll be looking at what's happening in greyhound racing across South Australia over the next 7 days or so. We've got a couple of interviews lined up as well, one with one of the leading trainers here in South Australia, the trainer of Satanic Cash in Bob Isaacson. He'll be along to join us later on in the program. And one of the honeys is on track here tonight. She was here on Adelaide Cup night. Her name is Sammy, and she'll be helping us out with the Honey's Hot Tips for the Thursday night meeting coming up here at Angle Park. Now, if you want any feedback or you want to give me any details and we can convey the news on to everyone via the Box Seat program, you can contact the marketing department at Greyhound Racing SA via the website at marketing@grsa.com.au, and they'll help you out with any queries there. First of all, let's have a look at the racing in the estate. Well, first of all, we go to our Wednesday program at Angle Park. The first race is at 11:10. The last is time to go at 1:59. There's a 10-race program there here at Angle Park on Wednesday night, featuring the 6 heats of the Breeders' Plate. Having a couple of looks at the Breeders' Plate heats, I think there's a couple of good things, perhaps 3. I think they'll be short though. I think Gable a Flash in one of the earlier heats looks very hard to beat for trainer Eddie Holland. This greyhound is racing well, drawn well in box 2 as well. Was a last start winner here in a good time, and Gable a Flash, prepared by Eddie Holland, is one of the better bets on the program. Tomic has drawn the red box in a later heat. Tomic, of course, now trained by Peter Jovanovic. Tomic has had recent starts here at Angle Park, has good track experience on its side, is a past winner here in sub-30 time. Tomic looks one of the better bets on the program. Where's Pancho is the other one. I think he'll be the shortest priced favourite all day, but I think if you're doing all up there on Wednesday for the Breeders' Plate Heats program here on Wednesday morning, I think you can't go far wrong with Gable La Flash, Tomic, and also Where's Pancho. Well, without further ado, let's introduce one of our special guests on In the Box Seat here today. It is one of the greyhound honeys here at Angle Park. Her name is Sammy, and here she is. Sammy, welcome to the program. And first of all, what is your role as one of the greyhound honeys here in South Australia?
I do the promotions around the track, so selling calendars, meeting new faces every week, and all the punters that like to take a bet. Okay, well,
we'll get on to your Thursday night tips. You've got them there, so let's go through them.
So Thursday's tips are race 7, number 6, Hudson Bale. He won here 3 starts ago in a slick 30.26 when he led most of the way. Not disgraced his last couple of runs, and he has a great chance of leading again Thursday night. The Honey's hot tip for pick 4 is 6, 5, 1 and 8. And we've also got race 11, number 2, Springvale Coops. He is racing in outstanding fashion and was brilliant in the Anniversary Cup final when he ran home hard for second. This race looks ideal for him and he'll be hard to beat. The Honey's hot tip for pick 4 is 2, 1, 8 and 5. Thank you, Mark.
No worries. Thank you, Sammy, and we might see you again in the near future. Thanks for Sammy and the Honey's hot tips for Thursday night. Hudson Bale and Springvale Coops, the dogs to watch. Well, this Sunday we've got another program at Port Pirie, again in the Twilight Zone. Port Pirie has been successful, these meetings in the past. Dale Martin is the man to watch up there. He's currently the leading trainer at Port Pirie. His greyhound's going well. Covered in Cash, won at big odds there on Sunday last week. So watch out for the Dale Martin camp. He is having a good run there at Port Pirie this year. Well, racing nationally, the Warrnambool Classic is one of the features over the 450 metre distance. It's a Group 2 event. It's worth $60,000. Big money for the Victorian Country Greyhound race there. Local South Australian trainer Sean Matcott, the leading trainer here in South Australia. He took a few dogs from his kennel there, including Drusilla Bale and Everett Bale. Unfortunately, he didn't have much luck with both of them, with both missing the placings and not going through to the semi-finals, so bad luck for Sean there. The series will culminate in the final. That's to be conducted on May 5. Well, dogs to watch, I came up with one from Thursday night. Unfortunately, it was scratched from Monday night's program. Due to injury, I'm not sure, but Yvonne King trains this one. It's called Kamikaze Magpie. A former Brisbane greyhound, has had a couple of runs here in South Australia. I thought wasn't a bad effort. Actually, its first start was in one of the heats of the Anniversary Cup, so it was a rising class. It really met the better dogs here at its first visit to South Australia, but was runner-up here on Thursday night last week here at Angle Park. So Kamikaze Magpie is one of the dogs to look forward to in the near future. Well, we're almost there to the end of our program, but first of all, we'll We'll be interviewing one of the second of our special guests here today. It's one of the leading trainers here in South Australia, in Bob Isaacson, who took Satanic Cash to the Lizarine Classic in Melbourne. Unfortunately, was again slow off the mark, but he powered home to run second behind one of the outsiders in the field in Alan Scholl. And Satanic Cash not disgraced at all, as Bob will join us on the set here of In the Box Seat. If you'd like to come forward with us, Bob, and thanks for joining us here on In the Box Seat for another program here today.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, Mark.
Well, first of all, we'll talk about Satanic Cash. He was a bit slow out of the start again, but it's been his trade in the last few starts, especially in Melbourne. But, gee, when he got clear, he powered home at the end.
Yeah, it's very frustrating because the dog's got a very big motor, and if you can only posse up just that little bit better, I think he can blow one of these big races away. But having said that, he's got to do it.
Exactly. I suppose his Premier's Cup win was one of his best wins, and he got away with them that night. Here, what is it? Is it the Sandown Park track or the Meadows track, or what is it? What's the difference in the tracks here compared to Angle Park, where he doesn't seem to miss the start on too many occasions, but when he goes to Victoria, it seems as though he does seem to stagger out of the start.
Yeah, I don't really know. It's just a trait that he's got into because even here at Angle Park, like I think it was his first or second try over the 700, he missed the start and come home like a train. He can do it over at the Meadows in the heat of the Australian Cup. He jumped second behind Dashing Corsair, and I think Drilling was behind him, and he ran away with the race, won by about 5 lengths, so he can do it.
Okay, well, we'll talk about, we've got the Breeders' Plate coming up here in a couple of weeks' time. Of course, Satanic Miss, one of your earlier dogs, won a Breeders' Plate here at Angle Park several seasons ago. She was a smart little bitch.
Yes, she was. She actually probably put us on the map. She averaged, when she came out the boxes, about 4:35, 4:40 to the post, and in most races she led, and she just broke their hearts.
Yes, she broke 30 seconds on a number of occasions here at Angle Park. She was a very smart chaser too. Well, we won't go without speaking of Skull Murphy, the kennel star, so to speak. Grew a legion of fans here, not only in South Australia but nationally. And well, he's retired now. And what's he doing these days?
Dog of leisure, I think. He's had a few bitches here in South Australia. I think about 10 or 12. He sleeps in the lounge room, just lays around, and still eats out in the kennels with the other dogs. But no, he's just he's done his bit, and we just look after him.
Yeah, he was a wonderful story here, and really put your name on the map too, Bob. Well, where did you actually get your start in greyhound racing?
Look, I've got into it about, I think, 2002. I bought a couple of dogs, and Ken and Pam McCauley trained the dogs for us, and I just wanted to get a little bit more out of it, so I decided to take on the training myself, and it's just sort of gone from there. I've just been very lucky with the dogs that I've had.
And of course your daughter Natasha is now in the training ranks, and she's having some success with one of Skull Murphy's progeny in Crystal Skull. He's been a very handy money spinner as well.
She's been very good. She's only young, and she's still learning. She's had a few bad box draws, but she's got a reasonable motor, nothing like Skull, but she sort of races. The race pattern is basically the same as what he does, and I think she'll turn into a nice bitch.
No doubt one of Skull Murphy's better performances was probably when he got beaten here at Angle Park on Adelaide Cup night after he won the Interstate Challenge. But the Interstate Challenge win, that wasn't a bad effort either, was it?
No, I think that was probably he come out the best I've ever seen him come out in that race, and that was just a magnificent win. And I think the Adelaide Cup, I keep on watching the replay, and he still keeps on getting beaten by just that little bit, and I think that was his go to win a Group 1, but it just wasn't to be.
And the inside box wasn't his go. During the prime of his career, he was drawing 1 or 2, and he kept veering to the outside of the on that first turn. That was just one of the bad traits that you didn't wish a dog to have.
No, he early on it wasn't so bad for him. As he got a little bit older, maybe he wasn't jumping as well. Not that he was a good jumper anyway, but out of box 7, I think he won 11 out of 11 or 12 out of 12 before he met El Gallo, and that was definitely his box. He liked to probably go off 2 or 3 off the rail, and a lot of times that was his downfall.
Okay, well, there you have it. That's Bob Isaacson. Thanks for your time, Bob, and thanks for being on In the Box Seat with us for today.
No, thanks very much, Mark.
No problems. That's Bob Isaacson, the trainer of Satanic Cash, and we'll be looking forward to his appearance here back at Angle Park in the not too distant future. That just about takes us away from In the Box Seat for another edition. We hope you enjoyed the first one. We hope you enjoyed the second one a bit more. Just in regards to feedback for the program, or if you want another message conveyed over via the website on the GRSA website, just go to the marketing@grsa.com.au and we can help you along your way there. Well, that's just about it. My name's Mark Liddymore, signing off, and we wish you happy punting over the next 7 days or so, and I'll catch you again next week on another edition of In the Box Seat. Bye for now.